everyone. Today's topic, I'm going to be talking about settling in a relationship, the reasons why people settle, and why you shouldn't, basically, what it's doing to you, what it says about you. Say hello if you are just joining us and you want to participate, you came to participate in this live stream. I'm not going to keep you guys here all day. I am going to get some major points across, and then I'm going to go about my day and bid you guys a good night. So, and for those of you who don't know me, my name is Miss Tiff Dance. My channel is a place for single parents, all parents, entrepreneurs to stay balanced, motivated, and dance through life. Dance stands for dealing and navigating choices effectively. All right, so I'm going to get started. So, what is settling? Settling is lowering your standards and accepting less than what you know you deserve and want ultimately. So, if you are taking a back seat to what you want, which is to be in the driver's seat, then you're settling. If you're not getting what you envisioned, what you wrote down as your vision, what you truly want and need, your basic intrinsic needs are not being met, then you're settling. So these are ways that people can make you feel like you are settling. Let me start off by talking about what ways people make you feel when you're not settling, when you do have that solid, sustainable, strong relationship that makes you feel good, makes you internally feel worthy and happy and everything else. So that is one, being happy or feeling happy, feeling loved, feeling cherished, feeling treasured, feeling respected, um, feeling like you can be open with the person, feeling like you're joyous, feeling appreciated, feeling peace, even though in relationships you bigger, not everybody is peaceful, but excuse me, why? Grab my nose. Not everybody is, not all relationships are always peaceful all of the time. If you guys know of a relationship like that, show me that, because I would like to meet them and know all of their secrets and possibly write a book on them because I didn't even know that exists. But when you are not settling and you have the desire that that you want and that you know you deserve and you can feel it in here when you reserve, that means that you're not settling. So when you are settling, you tend to feel manipulated, tend to feel controlled, you tend to feel bored, bothered, tolerated, easily disposable, disrespected, uh, confused, alone, and feared. No one wants to feel alone, especially if you are with someone. I repeat, nobody wants to feel alone when you're with somebody, because what's the point of being with someone and still feeling alone when you can feel alone by yourself? So, um, there was a study in 2012 that said 17% of married people um, are content and happy. Okay. 17%. That means a good 83% are just in a marriage. I don't know if it's for the write-offs, the tax benefits, what it is for, but only 17%, 1 out of 5 people who are married feel uh, content or happy. And that's sad. So I think it's best to go into talking about why. Why? What are some of the reasons we feel sad? I mean, some of the reasons we feel like we need to settle in relationships. And I must say, I think over the years, It's a lot easier when it was in the 60s and 50s and the 70s maybe even to have and sustain a relationship um and not to settle uh because there's so much influence and technology has increased to where it makes it kind of hard to be in a committed relationship. Not just committed, but to be fully present emotionally in a relationship, and people make it just lazy also. That's what I truly feel. The more that technology has increased, which is a good thing, the more that we evolve, the in one way, which are great, the worse it is in other aspects in life, as far as when it comes to relationships. It's definitely a decline with the marriages and engagements and things like that. Statistically speaking, you guys got to look it up for yourself. But if you don't believe me, but what I think, a lot of people settle based out of fear. Fear is the number one underlining reason why people settle. They say anger always has a buddy, whether it be embarrassment, whether it be fear, whether it be, um, you know, confusion, whatever the case may be. But they say anger always has a buddy. So I feel like fear has a buddy within itself. I feel like one of the reasons, well, mostly the main premise of the reasons, like I said, people settle is based out of fear. So I feel like fear, number one reason, people don't want to start over and learn someone new. Starting over and learning someone new is it's foreign. It takes time. It it's like, working on a whole project. You kind of almost done. You've been working on it for days and days, maybe even a week, and then you can't even finish the project. You have to do something else because whatever reason, I don't know, something happened. You can't finish the project, so you have to start over, and you don't want to do that because you've invested so much time in that. So the fear of learning someone new is foreign, and a lot of people don't enjoy that process of getting used to somebody else's new snores or somebody else's excessive spending habits, or these little habits that come to mind that you don't want to get acclimated with, which comes to be harder as you grow older. When you grow up with someone that you're married to, or when you grow up with someone that you've eventually married to or in a relationship with, it makes it much easier. But the older you get, it seems like the harder it is, which is the more likely for people to settle in that relationship, because you don't want to start over. You don't want to go on to that new person and have to relearn someone else, because it takes a long time to get to know somebody. So fear of starting over is a definite major reason why people may settle in relationships. Number two, I say fear of just being alone. Again, as you get older, you don't want to necessarily be alone. Some people might enjoy and know that they cannot live with someone else, and that may be okay with them. That may suffice. Others, um, I would like to say mostly a lot of women don't necessarily want to be alone. They are in relationships. They're watching Kevin Samuels to figure out what's going on, to why they're not in these relationships, going on the show to get critiqued to see what's going on. They want to be in relationships so bad that they don't want to be alone. So having, I guess it was in the movie, I don't know, is this movie with Diane Carroll called Claudine. And on the bus, the girl had joked and she said, "A dirty pair of pants is better than no pair of pants at all," meaning settling for someone with the ups and downs, the BS is better than having nobody at all. So they'll take the fact that a pair of pants is around versus nothing. and that's okay for some people. So, dying alone. I've heard recently someone said that they don't want to die alone, so they decided to wise up. They don't want to be by themselves and um, realize that life is real and you don't want to um, settle and, experience in the remaining years of your life by yourself. Hello there, good evening. Um, so fear of finding someone else who might be better than what you have now, so you want to settle and you'll be alone in that relationship. Another main reason I would say number 3 is that people settle for the kids to sacrifice being in your children, not seeing them every day and waking up to them in the morning time and seeing them before they go to bed at night. People don't want to stay in separate households and to divide everything up. Time with their children, finances, whatever. They don't want to do that. So people will settle and stay and be miserable and dread someone walking in the door and you know, fear of missing out with their kids, I guess. FOMO, I guess it's called, fear of missing out, with their kids and their time and, things like that. So, that old saying back in the 60s, 70s, stay together for the kids. People want to stay together for the kids and they don't settle and they will settle because of their kids. Not and people might think that that's the right thing to do. And even though it may feel like the right thing to do to you, or you might be doing a disservice for your kids if you are settling in that relationship when there might be, you know, greener grass, the grass might be greener somewhere else. So, number 4, I think a lot of people settle because of social media. Social media is a huge impact on thank you for the agreement. Social media is a huge impact today on a lot of different things. Um, it's a big influence. Those social media influencers are really influencing. You see people in these happy relationships and you see people all happy in Christmas time wearing matching pairs of pajamas and doing all these fun activities and making hot cocoa and smiling and everything. So it forces someone to settle for let me snatch up the quickest man I can find, let me go get Ned the wino down the street. I don't care who the heck it is. Let me get somebody. And I hope nobody's messing with Ned, but anybody to have them by my side to say that, hey, like these people on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever they are, I am also going to have me a relationship because I don't want to feel left out. I'm just going to settle for this person because, who wants to be that person who's alone? On social media, nobody seems to be alone. People seem to be in relationships. So therefore, I have to be in one too. So social media is a big, huge, huge reason why people I feel settle in relationships, settle in relationships, marriages, and everything else because they want to feel like they're a part of something. They want to feel a part of um, this normal that is, it's called social media that everybody wants to, be on and post and show their how proud they are of their significant other. And even if your significant other is mean, cheats on you, doesn't come home, doesn't respect you, and a ton of other things, you want to proudly post that person because you want to show people that you have someone. So therefore you settle for that relationship, which is a horrible thing. Another sign that they say that you might be settling, number 5, if you are watching porn, um, or fantasizing about other people guiltless, without shame. You know, you even may act on it, and it might not stop at a fantasy. It might go further, and you act on those things. That is settling as well because you'd rather be somewhere else. Your other people are on your mind. You are not happy where you are, but you are where you are because you're settling. But if you or your partner is doing that, not that you would know, maybe you do know, but images or thoughts, fantasies, acting, cheating, all that stuff, obviously you're settling because you're not happy where you are. Though I have had people say to me, I've had grown men say to me that their significant other was not doing anything wrong. They cheated with such and such because they were just there. Nothing was wrong. There wasn't any a problem. They just cheated because. Now that's the case, can't help you out there, don't know nothing about that, but I can say that if other people are on your mind, then you are not happy where you are, and chances are that you are settling. Number 6, another reason people settle is because of pressure that their parents may put on them. Some parents, put the old guilt trip, I don't know how many years I have left. I want to see you get married, want to see you walk down that aisle. I want you to meet that special girl, I want you to meet that special guy. So they get married. They want to please their parents or not make their parents worry about themselves. So they want to, stick with these relationships or hurry up and get married. And I know that's why I guess in some cultures they have arranged marriages so that the parents won't fear that they would know that their child is with someone when they go on up to glory, that they are not by themselves, because no, parents don't want to be alone, and some children settle because the fact that they don't want to tell their parents that the marriage didn't work out, maybe embarrassment, maybe, or maybe the fact that they just want to please their parents, if and they go ahead and get married. But parents, and holding expectations of you can have a reason be a reason why you are settling in a relationship. Also, a lot of people, fear that they might not get married past a certain age. So, past a certain age, I guess they say you're less likely to be as desirable. A 50 something compared to a 22-year-old something is not, like, when you weigh the two, the most desirable is also the younger. Apparently, quote unquote, younger is better, even though um, wine is aged to perfection. So I'd like to say that an experienced older woman or man is aged to perfection too. And there's good things do come with wisdom and age. But however, people might associate age as a reason why they settle, because they don't want to get out there. Nobody wants to get out at 70 years old and be the guy at the bar, or be the woman, you know, out with her girlfriends at 70, trying to shake something and wearing, midriffs and things like that. So they want they just stay in what they have. Nobody wants the dating scene ain't hot like it is when you in your 20s or in your teens. It changes. The game definitely changes. And, you know, things are a little different. Things are a little different. So I would like to say, and please feel free to comment on my live stream about what you think, if I'm missing something about fear. I mean, I'm settling, but I think a lot a lot of what settling is has to do a lot of the fears that you have inside. I feel also, I would take this as number 7, feeling like you're not worthy, needing someone else to validate you as well. Um, you want to feel lack of self-confidence. I guess that all can be grouped in together. People don't feel like they can get any better, or don't feel like they deserve more, or don't realize that their full potential, even though they might get far greater, they're worth so much more, and they could do so much better. They might not feel that internally, so therefore they settle for what they know. That saying, go for what you know. So, but what sometimes has to go. It's not you go for that, but that has to go. Like the person that you're settling for. But again, well, I will say this: faith is the opposite of fear. So, um, you have to have faith, and faith makes you hopeful, and you get more of what you want and deserve, and fear prevents it. So they had something that I was reading. It was called an emotional bank account. When someone puts more positive and does more positive stuff inside of you, those are deposits, emotional deposits. When people put more negative stuff into you and have negativity in the relationship, always fighting, bickering, or bad feelings, or sadness, hurt, and pain, that's withdrawals in your emotional bank account. So I guess you have to decide if you want to be rich or poor, because you can't keep making withdrawals without any deposits in there. So you can go bankrupt, emotionally bankrupt, by settling. So I guess that's all for now. I don't really have anything else to say. If you guys like to follow up and um, make a comment, make sure you please press the like button on this video. And if you have not, please subscribe to the channel. I've been working hard, going strong for 2 years now. I'm trying to blow up um, YouTube and take over, because I have a lot of interesting topics and I would love for you guys to chime in. Wait, someone just commented something. Some people believe that if they not in a relationship, something is wrong with them. Yes, you're looked at as crazy. You are deemed as crazy, um, weird. Something's the matter with you. So, and and it's sad because someone else's judgment, people take to heart, which may have that much of an emotional impact for the week, and it might control their life by taking in that, wow, I don't want to feel like I'm crazy, so let me stay in this relationship. I don't want to feel like I'm crazy, or I don't want people to look at me like I can't get no man, so let me stay in this relationship. So, which is a really bad way to think. So hopefully we can start to change our thought patterns, because it's not healthy. And again, that would be negative withdrawals coming out of your emotional bank account, you know, and for your relationship and yourself. Because I believe you have two emotional bank accounts. You have an emotional bank account when you are in a relationship. You also have an emotional bank account for yourself. What positive things are you doing for yourself? How are you feeding and nourishing your life? That or negatively impacting your life. What words are you saying to yourself? What beliefs are you thinking? What are you putting out there to the universe, to God, and everything? So, you have to nourish your own emotional bank account as well. And you have to make those healthy deposits, because you don't want to go bankrupt. You're trying to get the riches, the best of the best. So make sure, I hope that you guys are all depositing emotionally into both bank accounts, whether you're in a relationship or you're not, you're just depositing into your own emotional bank account. Um, and that it's much more deposits than withdrawals. So, on that note, I will bid you all a good night. And you guys have to catch me. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel, Miss Tiff Dance. Follow me on Instagram, Tiffany Cuts the Pain, and also on TikTok, official Miss Tiff Dance. All right. Stay tuned for some awesome videos, and make sure you like this video as well. The likes and the subscriptions are very important. Until next time, I will see you soon.